Now, Jake, your alma mater doesn't have the explosive offense of Ohio State, not a top-tier wide receiver, but what Michigan does have offensively is an identity. They are going to grind you, be more physical. They're going to run the football, whether it's Justice Haynes, whether it's Bryce Underwood, anybody else who gets the call to run the rock, and that's going to be the game plan this week against Purdue.
It's the game plan every single week, and let's go look at some film here, Rick, to explore basically how Michigan runs the ball, how they complement their rushing schemes, and then most importantly, how they execute. Very first play is 4th and 1. Any mystery what Michigan's going to do right here? It's going to be the A-gap run. So a few key blocks here. These three linemen, both guards in the center, have these three. The two down tackles and the linebacker. Michigan State knows this, so they're going to try to run some movement up front and confuse these linemen. Most importantly for these three guys, they have a sort technique. It's 3 for 3. You have to be patient at the line of scrimmage, you have to stay square, and you have to communicate. So let's watch this play out. Look at right away the center, Greg Crippen. He has his eyes on the movement. He's there to collect. El Hadi stays flat and patient before climbing on the linebacker. Perfect technique. So let's watch it once again. Patient at the line of scrimmage. They collect it. Now your right tackle is going to start to wash guys down. Marlon Klein wins at the line of scrimmage. Bredesen comes back to block this defensive end. Well, this guy's going to be unblocked in the hole. He is held by the Bryce Underwood fake keep. 4th and 1 to have this big of a hole, you could drive a truck through it, is outstanding and unheard of. A chunk, effectively explosive play on 4th and 1 is credit to Michigan's run game. Two great plays here, back-to-back effectively on the same drive. This is what Michigan does. Two fullbacks in a tight end, 1st and 10. They're basically in a goal line formation. We call this play wrap, back block, back block. The key, once again, is going to be your double team. This time it's your center and your right guard double teaming. Let's watch it. Look at their pad level. Look at their hat and hat placement. They're lifting the Michigan State defensive lineman. Here comes the back blocks once again. Marlon Klein wins. Right tackle wins. And watch this play out. After the double team, he's going to climb, stone the linebacker, and now you have a running back one-on-one in the hole with a defensive back. Michigan likes their chances. Look at Jordan Marshall. Fight for the extra yards. An 8-yard run on 1st and 10, you'll take that every single day. That last play was called wrap. This, Rick, is called wrap bluff. Exact same personnel. There's a tight end, there's your two fullbacks, that exact same action. This defensive end is expecting to have to hit either of these fullbacks, but what you see is it's the wrap and then the bluff, the wrap and then the bluff. They leave the defensive end unblocked play side. Bryce Underwood takes him out to the high school dance. Great block by Max Bredesen. Hoffman seals the edge, and you have a 13-yard touchdown untouched into the end zone because of the complementary rushing schemes.
High school dance, and I'm pretty sure there were no corsages or free meals offered by Bryce Underwood on that one. You look at this Michigan rush offense and their ranks inside the Big Ten. They're always going to be inside the top 3 when they are good offensively, and they are good offensively. I think some of the questions, Jake, have come the last couple of weeks with inconsistency on defense. They struggled against USC, figured it out against Washington, and this week you know that Purdue is going to throw everything at Michigan, going all the way to the back of the offensive playbook.
Very out of character day against USC. I mean, the Trojans kind of exposed them. So let's look at 3 plays and I'll show you what happened. We know with Wink Martindale, he wants to send pressure. This is just going to be a linebacker plug. Ernest Hausman is going to come downhill. Here's a few similarities to consider. A 2-by-2 formation. Quarterback and running back in the shotgun, Michigan sending pressure. If you send a blitz, though, someone has to be there to replace. Who's going to have this C gap? Watch it play out. Who has this C gap? Apparently for Michigan, nobody. You have a USC guard pulling up, hitting a DB 8 yards downfield, and because of their lack of gap sound defense, they give up a big-time explosive run. So they got punched in the mouth. The question then is, how do you respond against the Washington Husky offense? There it is, 2-by-2 formation, quarterback, running back in the shotgun, and Michigan is going to run a C-gap blitz. This time it's Derek Moore going to spike inside. This time Ernest Hausman is ready to replace the blitz. So watch it play out. Here comes Derek Moore. He's spiking up inside. Hausman is ready and waiting. And then most important of all, Hausman is square at the line of scrimmage. That means if it's a handoff to Jonah Coleman, Hausman is ready for it. This time, Damon Williams keeps it. Houseman is ready for it. Also, it allows him to dip underneath the block, contact Damon Williams, and tackle in space. Michigan only had 2 missed tackles that day against Washington. That is the key. Here's what Purdue does. Now it's Purdue's offense against Rutgers' defense. You see the 2-by-2 formation. There's 2 receivers up top just off the screen and a quarterback running back in the shotgun. Rutgers running a very similar pressure that we saw with Michigan against USC. Here comes the linebacker, but there is no one there to replace. So watch this play out. Linebacker pressure, no one out there to keep contained, and then most importantly, Purdue turned a page in their blocking last week because of the wide receiver blocking. This nickel has this wide receiver in man-to-man coverage. He's going to follow him down, but it's not a route. The receiver is going to go wash the safety. Bang, he hits him, and therefore there is no Scarlet Knight defenders, leading to a big explosive Purdue run. It looks just like the Michigan defense against USC. If Michigan wants to win this game, they have to play gap sound, responsible defense.
It's a huge game for Michigan. You start to look ahead, and I know Sharon Moore and company won't do that. You're favored pretty heavily this week and then expected to win all the way up until that Saturday after Thanksgiving. You beat Ohio State and you finish with 2 losses, and both are on the road against teams that could potentially be ranked. You are not only potentially back in the Big Ten championship conversation, you are most certainly in the college football playoff conversation.